Hey everyone, Sam Chandler here at Shacknews E3 2018, and today I've got a very special guest with me. I've got Crystal from over at My Arcade, just next door, aren't you guys?
No, we are.
Yeah, we can see your booth from here.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys got on?
All right, today I brought you some micro player arcades. They're 6 inches of awesome.
Yeah.
So we have, I brought 3 of them. We actually have a full line of them from Data East and Bandai Namco. So with Data East, you get the Karate Champ, the Bad Dudes, Burger Time. And here, I've got the bad boys of Pac-Man, Galaga, and even Mappy.
Even what now, sorry?
Mappy.
Mappy, okay,
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I see, yeah, very nice. So your booth itself is quite evocative of like 80s style arcade. It's like stepping back into, 30 years from now, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a full-on vision for this booth. I went hard with the Chuck E. Cheese carpeting, complete with claw machine where you can win prizes, and even a little display of our micro arcades with some action figures.
Yeah, I saw that claw machine there. Have many people managed to win a few items from that?
Oh, they have, and everybody's been winning so much, it broke our machine.
They broke it?
Oh, they broke it.
The claw is actually no longer functioning?
The claw is done.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of actually what you've got on in the cabinets there, I just had a little bit of a look around. There are quite a few miniature arcade units.
Yeah, right now we have about a collection of 10 of them. So we have a lot of fan favorites. Like I said, Burger Time, Bad Dudes, Karate Champ, Caveman Ninja, Joe and Mac.
Caveman Ninja.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's going back.
Oh, yeah. Good old Joe and Mac.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Heavy Barrel.
Yeah.
So, and then on this line, the Bandai Namco, it's the Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian, Dig Dug, and of course Mappy.
And so that's the Bandai Namco collection.
Yeah.
There,
So we're releasing different waves of the collections, and we're going to continue to work with other licensors in order to bring a lot of the classics back. So you'll continue to see awesome titles come out on these 6-inch arcades.
Well, actually, that's quite. I wanted to ask, how does the licensing work for these? Because these are quite old games. Do do you get the rights to put them on?
Yeah,
Like,
for some of them, like Data East, they're actually owned by. They went out of business, I think, early 2000s. So we work with a company called Gmode, who owns the rights to Data East, but they are very passionate about keeping the Data East name alive and well. We go through a lot working with our licensors. We go back and forth and make sure they're happy with every detail, whether it's the version of the game we're using or the artwork on the cabinet, because sometimes these games are so old that we have to recreate some of the artwork. And so we work very closely with them to do that and make sure it's up to their standards and it's approved by those licensors. And we've been going through that now with Bandai Namco. So anything we do, we have 100% their approval on, and they agree that the artwork matches that of the original.
Yeah, so there's a lot of love and attention that goes into creating like each individual little arcade.
Oh yeah,
unit.
There's a lot of love and care too. We're all a bunch of geeky retro nerds at my office. We actually started with Data East because my boss has this story of when he was a kid and how Burger Time was just this amazing thing. So he really wanted to bring that back. So it really is, a work of passion for us, just because these are what we grew up with, and we want to just make it as awesome as we can for everybody because we know how it is to be a fan.
Yeah, it's exceptionally nostalgic, if I can get those words out there, because not only so you've got Burger Time in the miniature version.
Yes.
And I saw that you had Burger Time in the old school version as well.
Yeah, we actually have. So I was the one directing how the booth was set up and getting everything, procuring all the arcades, which, let me tell you, was so much work, and it's terrible. So I got to pick what big versions of the machines we did. And so we have over there, we have Burger Time. We have an original 1986 Bad Dudes, which is amazing.
An original from
that. It has the original screen, everything, which is I think it's called a CRT screen. It's a very old school, and it's amazing. And then we have Galaxian, Pac-Man, and Rolling Thunder. Do you remember that one?
No,
that's a Bandai Namco title. Yeah. We have another version of these is 10 inches, and it has 20 included games.
So how does the 10-incher work?
Okay, so the 10-inch is it has a vertical screen. It has like front-facing speakers, and it has the arcade version of each of these games. So that one has, your Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, but it also has Splatterhouse. I don't know if anybody remembers that one. It was a really controversial, like, horror game back
as
in
they
the 80s.
Tend to be.
Yeah. And then Sky Kid, Rolling Thunder, and these are kind of titles that are really hard to find on platforms these days, but they're still big fan favorites. So we really wanted to bring that to the people in a cool way that you can have it in your house and on your shelf. And of course, it's always a conversation starter when you have something like that on your shelf.
Absolutely, because it's not only just like a piece to look at, because they're functioning. Yeah.
You could actually use them. So,
So how's the controls set up? You've emulated it exactly?
So I'll actually pick one up and kind of show you.
Yeah.
So Pac-Man works with, and the button layout will change for each of these.
Yeah.
But Pac-Man works with just the joystick. And the cool thing about it is we've made it kind of ergonomic to play. So
you can almost keep your thumbs around
you could actually hold it. So there's
Yeah.
like a little ledge here that makes it kind of holdable. And you can actually unscrew this and just use a D-pad if you choose.
Oh, really? So there's like some slight customization there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like whatever you like as the gamer.
Yeah. I really like that. That's cool. And then, the screens are really quite high definition there.
Yeah.
They look really...
We
That's
have
crisp.
a full color screen on them, so you can enjoy this game just like it was meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah. So how's the response been from the crowds coming through? Because you guys, it's shoulder to shoulder over there.
Oh yeah, it's been crazy, but because everybody wants to win one of these little bad boys. So yeah, everybody loves it. We've done a couple shows this year, and the response, particularly to the new line of Bandai Namco, has been insane, which is great for us and for gamers. So I'm really glad to see everybody's just as excited about these as we are.
So did you say that you've got some more plans with other publishers to come through? Any news on maybe?
I can't give anything away, but I can guarantee you they're some of my favorites, which means it's going to be amazing.
Okay, and and is there like a time frame for those ones there?
It'll probably be the year of Bandai.
Yeah.
So we're kind of going to focus on with that license and partnership. And of course they'll continue, but we'll probably announce a new one maybe beginning of next year.
The beginning of next year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so I also noted that you've got some peripherals and accessories over there.
Oh.
In the cabinets, like little controllers?
Yeah, so we make controllers. Do you know the NES and SNES Classic that Nintendo released?
Yeah.
So we actually make accessories for that because they come with really short cords. So we actually make wireless controllers for them.
How does the wireless controller work with that? Because I know that's a big, they're great, but you have to sit like this close to your TV screen.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's actually a 30-foot range on. Yeah,
Okay.
You just plug the dongle in, and you can just play from the comfort of your couch.
Wow.
Oh, and you'll note that anytime you want to change a game, you have to go up and actually change the reset.
Yeah, which is handy when you're this close and it's right there.
So we've got you. We put a home button on there, so you just hit the home button, takes you back to the home menu.
That's fantastic.
So you don't even have to get up.
While I'm sitting on the comfort of my couch, away from it.
Yeah,
it's all right there.
Exactly.
Oh, that's absolutely awesome.
So that's kind of what we try to do. We try to think of these little things that might be a little bit more helpful or useful, especially with those types of controllers. We actually have some plans for that controller. I can't release any information on it, but it's going to be really cool, so just stay tuned, especially if you own one of those. I wish I could tell you.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But we're trying to allude to it a little bit. Well, we're trying to become like a company that's like your go-to source for retro gaming.
Yeah, because that is a challenge these days for, if a controller breaks, it's like, well, where am I going to get that? Because
where do I get a replacement?
Yeah. Where do I get a quality replacement?
Exactly. And so that's kind of what we're working towards. Our first kind of dip in the pond, if you will, for that is a cartridge converter. So, and this is for the original SNES and NES. We make one for each. And a big trend is people buying Famicom games and cartridges, but you can't play them on the US versions.
No, because it's the same console, but they're for different regions.
Right. So we've actually created a converter. You just plug the game into the converter and put it in your machine, and you can play those games if you want to.
That's incredible. Is that like a proprietary thing that you guys have
There's a couple out there, but we've tried to change. I think there's one or two out on the market, but ours is a little different. The ones out there kind of have a pull ribbon to get it out of the machine.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can break, so we've incorporated kind of a grip to make it easy to pull out of the machine, so you don't have to deal with that. It faces forward, where a lot of like with the label forward when you're playing it versus backwards, which some of them do.
That's odd.
Yeah. So any little thing that we can do to kind of make it easier and more convenient.
Well, we've got to wrap it up here, Crystal,
Okay.
but thank you so much for coming and chatting.
Thank you.
Can I have a bit of play of these after we get off?
Of course.
Oh,
Yes,
wonderful.
of course.
Okay. Well, look, thank you everyone for tuning in. This has been Sam Chandler here for Shack News at E3 2018. Stay tuned because we've got some more interviews coming up next. Thank you very much.